An EMD? What the heck is that? An earnest money deposit? Is that my closing costs? Is that my down payment? No, people. Up next, check out this video. I'm going to be talking to you about what a earnest money deposit is. All right, up next. Hey guys, this is Realtor Pamela Lewis. I am the broker of Realty Executives and team lead for Team McKinney. Hey, so this video is about earnest money deposit. Have you heard the term before? Have you heard the term EMD? It doesn't matter if you are a buyer or a seller, you are going to hear that term. That term is used on our purchase agreement. So, in our market in the Hampton Roads, we use an earnest money deposit, and that is what a buyer would put down for their contract. Essentially, it's like a good faith of telling the seller that you're going to accomplish every task that you said you would accomplish. For example, if you're asking for a contingency for a home inspection, it's saying, hey, seller, I'm going to accomplish that. And I'm going to put some money down in good faith to let you know that I'm serious about buying your house. Or if you're getting a mortgage, you're letting the seller know in the contract as a buyer that you're going to accomplish those things, but you're putting money up front to let the seller know that you are officially going to accomplish those tasks. Now, that earnest money deposit is held in escrow. Most people don't understand is that earnest money deposit will typically be refunded back to the buyer if something happens before the contingencies are removed. For example, if a home inspection is performed and the buyer is not satisfied, the buyer can walk from the deal. Or also, we like to say in real estate land, ask to be released. Or if you're in a homeowner association or a condo association, the buyer may not agree with the rules and regulations or the financials or anything about the condo or POA association. They, again, could walk away from the deal. Or, like we say in our land, ask to be released from the deal. When that is happening, the buyer is requesting that their earnest money deposit be refunded back to them. It could also happen for appraisal. Now, the way the market's trending right now and the way the buyers are offering deals, appraisals may not meet up to what the buyer has offered the seller for the home. And maybe the seller and the buyer can't agree on the price or the terms after once the appraisal comes back in low. So the buyer can walk away from the deal or ask for the refund of the earnest money deposit. In most cases, the buyer is going to get their earnest money deposit back. Now, there are cases where the buyer does not get it back, and in all situations, they're all different, so I can't give you a blanket statement, but one example I can think of is if a buyer accomplishes everything. They do their home inspection, they do their appraisal, they do their walkthrough, but they don't show up for closing. Well, in that case, the seller is going to want to keep something, right? And sellers are going to typically say they want to keep the earnest money deposit. And that point, I'm not in that situation, so I can't give you all the ins and outs, but most likely the seller would be allowed to keep that. Or maybe the buyer had a house to sell and they couldn't sell it in the time frame that the buyer and seller have agreed on. Well, in that case, the seller may ask to keep that earnest money deposit. So as you can see, people, that earnest money deposit sometimes is really good to have. Most cases, you don't even remember that you had your earnest money deposit. And as on the buyer side, and the seller should know this too, that most of the time that earnest money deposit is going to apply to the buyer's closing costs or sometimes their down payment. In our market, you should talk to your agent to find out what is customary for contracts. There's totally different amounts depending on the price range you're in, depending on the competitiveness you are going to be up against with applying for properties, because you may want to put in more than what is customary if you want to be seen as a serious buyer. But I'm going to leave that up to the agent that you're using to help navigate you and let you know what you should offer for earnest money deposit. But in the Commonwealth of Virginia, that earnest money deposit has to be deposited into the broker's account or whoever is the receiver of the earnest money deposit, which is on page 1 of our purchase contract. It has to be put into their escrow within 5 business banking days. So buyers, when you write that personal check, make sure those funds are there. Make sure you transfer that from whatever account you need to make sure it's there. You can also do certified funds. You can also do money orders. You can also wire into the account. So buyers, before you write a purchase agreement, make sure you have a conversation with your agent to determine what is the best method of paying the earnest money deposit, and be prepared because you will have to pay that when you go under contract. And I'm wishing everyone who's watching this much success that they go under contract and they got to pay an earnest money deposit, because that means you have won out and beat out everyone else in the deal. And if you are watching this video in real time of 2021, good luck. You need it. But always remember this. There's a house for you, and when it's meant to be, it will be. Hey, so thanks for watching that video on EMD. Make sure you check out my other videos that I have. I would love for you to comment below. Let me know what you think about this video, and let me know what you think about the other videos. I have more videos that are coming out, and I cannot wait for you to check them out so you can make sure that your home buyer journey is as least stressful as it can be. Right? Because if you have all the knowledge and all the power and you know what to expect, this journey should be a lot less stressful for you. And that's my mission. Thank you.